Hey guys, Quest here with some general channel updates along with a little bit of progress of what I've been working on, but like the title suggests, nothing really happens this video. There's no rare loots or anything. It's just sort of going to be a podcasty type ramble. So, first off, let's explain what's going on in the 4 screens that you see going on. I'm playing on 4 accounts. 2 of them are members, the top 2. The one on the left is my Iron Man that I usually make videos on, and the one on the right is my alt. And then 2 lower ones are 2 free-to-play accounts. The one on the left is an old account from RuneScape 3 that has very low stats and essentially nothing in the bank except for a few very rare untradeable holiday items like the rubber chicken and the chicken suit and I think an Easter ring. Nothing tradable or crazy like a party hat or a Santa or anything. The bank is basically cleared and it just has those untradeable items on it. I think this account got hacked or something a long time ago, but at any rate, it had no stats on it in old school, so I had a friend of mine pick a name for it, and he picked, I think it's representative of some anime. I'm not sure if you guys know the reference. Latfo down there, let me know. I have no idea what it means. And then on the account on the bottom right, that account's not actually mine. It's shared between myself and the generals of the Dank FC Clanchat because we share leadership amongst the generals. The bunch of us in the clan that are generals all share an equal amount of power, and we do things like vote democratically and whatnot based on our opinions and what we perceive to be the opinions of the majority of the people in our clan. But at any rate, I am leveling cooking on that. And the reason why I'm leveling cooking and fishing on the 2 free-to-play accounts is because I might do something with them in the future, although currently I don't know what. I just like to unlock fishing on fresh accounts like this that don't have any combat stats in case I want to turn them into a peer of some sort, because you can do things like barbarian fish to get strength XP without hit points XP, and that is great for building any type of low level pier, no matter the build, because you can keep your HP super low by training your strength with barb fishing. There are a bunch of requirements you got to do for that though, and you've got to get 55 strength somehow before you start barb fishing, or I think it's 55, it might even be as low as 35. I'll have to actually research that. However, if I do ever decide to make these accounts into peers, the bottom right one, the clan account, will be an Obby Mauler. I already discussed this with the generals, they're cool with it. We basically only use this account for ranking people anyway. It's got no stats or no items except for what I made on it back when cooking was profitable still. Actually, cooking is still profitable, you just have to buy your raws for what I would call a flip price or a merch price and sell the cooks for the same. So don't insta buy them, and you should profit still if you buy them over a long period of time, especially if it's an account that you're not really working on. You can just sort of leave an offer in for whatever. And the way I'm funding these accounts is I'm just funding them on their own. One easy way to get money for feathers is to simply find a world where people are fly fishing, pick up the trout and salmon, cook those, sell those, and ta-da, you've got feather money. And then you can go back and do it again, and eventually feather money is meaningless, and it is really just feather money. It's not the best free-to-play moneymaker on Lapfo, the one on the bottom left. I used that account in another video where I was just looting items in the wilderness. That account still got like a K Addy arrows on it, and I sold a few things like the team capes and useless stuff. I managed to loot a rune sim and a set of rune plate legs as well from a high-risk fight I saw out in a little bit deeper wilderness. And I'm going to keep those on that account for now. Again, I haven't transferred anything over to either of the two bottom accounts. And the account that's doing wyverns right now, I'm just training some range on it because range is its lowest combat stat, and wyverns is a pretty decent place to do that at, especially if you're looking for the AFK. And now, for the start of the show, the account on the top left has been mining. I have been working on the road to max 99. Mining is the current goal, and mining is just one of those skills. I'd have to say it's probably my least favorite skill in the game. I still love the game, still like the skill, it's tolerable. It's just that the lust for the max cape is really high, and it's kind of distracting, I want to say, from the enjoyment of the grind. I usually enjoy grinds, but with mining and with the max cape in the future, I feel that it's kind of rushed. But I ended up giving up on the goal of 10,000 runite ore for 100,000 runite darts, at least through mining. I still might pick up that goal via PVM. However, I just can't do it with mining. The Myths Guild is getting way too crowded. Back when I was hopping through like 20, 30 worlds and getting a runite ore every single world, it was beautiful, and that's when I made that goal. However, now that it's really hard to find a world with any ore in it, and then you find one or two worlds, and then even all the surrounding worlds, the ores are depleted. It's just taking way too long. I find myself mining adamant in the time where I'm waiting for the ores to spawn because I've hopped too many worlds and get that error, etc. And then I used up the last of my dynamite at Blast Furnace, or Blast Mine, rather, in the last video that I made. And since the process of making it is super tedious, I don't really have any plans on making any more of it. I'd recommend only really making it to get the Lovakench favor, because if you have low smithing, then that's better than some of the armor things that you can do. Now, I don't always play on 4 accounts at once, but when I do, it's usually because I'm so bored with what I'm doing on the one account, and basically I started with just the 2 accounts, the Iron Man and the Wyverns, because I don't really like Motherload, and I've come back to it because, well, I'm out of dynamite and Myths Guild is packed, and I don't really want to learn Quarry. I mean, I should, probably. It's like a good thing to learn, and it's really efficient, but I want to get resources from it, and I don't want to be that involved with the click intensity. I mean, it looks too hard, and I've tried it, and it's not fun. So, at any rate, no more excuses for that. I just don't want to do Quarry, so I'm not going to. I'm going to do Motherload and play on 4 accounts at once to deal with the boredom. As bad as that sounds. Down at the bottom of that account, don't plan on making it into any sort of strength build. I'm just getting the fishing requirement just in case I decide to get a strength level and do some barbed fishing on it. Maybe it can have a Dragon Dagger special attack, or even get 70 strength on it and keep the attack 1 to like an Obby Maul spec, you know. But I want it to be primarily a range tank base, maybe range pure at first. I don't want to level up any defense on it at all at first, because I want to save that for any potential quests that I could do as a peer, because there are some quests that give defense XP, but you can kind of get away with them if you don't actually train your defense and you only let the XP do it. Then I might be able to get it up to like level 40 or level, I think 40 defense would be good. That's kind of range tank. You can wear the black d'hide body and then have a rune kite and have the best of both worlds there, and then with 70 strength, have an Obby Maul come in and crush. like a 30 on someone's head right after a 58 D-bolt, so I think that'll make for a powerful account. Then, as for channel updates, you'll see a video when I get 99 mining for the recognition of Road to Max, just so you guys know that, I got it. Progress is being made, and I'll talk about what I'm doing next on the account. I still don't know what that is yet right now. That will be for me to find out even in the future as well. But a lot of you know me from the audiobook series that I did, where I read every single book on the player-owned house, and then I read all the Zaya books, and I even kept up with it and did the Fossil Island books as well. Now, Dragon Slayer 2 just came out, and there's a small library of lore there, so I'm going to need to start working on the Dragon Slayer 2 books soon as well to get the lore out there for that. So I'm not sure whether I'll start that before or after 99 mining, but that is a video that I plan on making. That is not in the works yet. I haven't even screenshotted the books, but I'd say after 99 mining, I will be in the process of it. And I'll probably do what I did before with releasing one book a day until the series is done, pre-record them, and have them all lined up and ready to upload. And then in the spring, Deadman Mode is coming up. The tournament, I did get ranked for it. I got invited to it and everything. I only got the one account ranked because, I don't know, I kind of gave it some really deep thought, and I've decided that I don't really enjoy Deadman Mode. Like, I like it sometimes, but for the amount of times that I don't like it, it's kind of starting to outweigh the positives. I mean, it does have its great epic moments, its glory moments, and it's a really epic game mode, or at least it can be, but I don't really like the way that it's going, and I feel that there's not enough newer, fresh players. Everyone knows what they're doing a little too much. So I think next time around, I'm going to stick with my plan to just swap. I did get invited to a solo player alliance. I think I'll roll with them for protection. Probably still participate in the final hour just for shits and giggles, basically, but I'm not going to actually be competing this time per se. Mostly because I've been doing the whole YouTube and Twitch thing for a little more than a year now. YouTube not quite at the year mark yet, but my after school break has been getting a little bit long, and I decided to roll the dice with the YouTube thing, see if I blow up like Bodhi, and no, that didn't really happen. Doesn't happen to many people, but yeah, I might have to get myself a real job come spring, and that's going to take away from a lot of time for recording games and participating in such types of tournaments, because those tournaments take a lot of time. And if I have a job by then, I just won't have the time to be participating in gaming tournaments. I'll still be able to make time lapses and still be able to make gains on the account in general. My free time won't be entirely absolved, but tournaments take so much time. I don't know if you've ever participated in a Deadman tournament, but it's literally 18 hours a day of straight grinding, and if you're not doing that, you're not standing a chance. It's like the minimal you need to pull to stand a chance, which is even 18 hours a day for some people is low, and I don't know how people are doing it, and it's not really good for your health to do that even like once a year maybe, and these tournaments are 3 times a year, and it just takes a lot out of me. I find my health drained by the end of them, like IRL speaking, like physically, I'll be physically exhausted, more susceptible to catching colds and whatnot, and it's just not a good time in general. So I might do some videos on the seasonal, play some seasonal PKing, but I don't think I'll get ranked next season. Again, this is up in the air. This is just how I feel at this current point. I might change my mind. I don't know, but that's just what I'm feeling right now. So I figured I'd toss that out there. Maybe some of you feel the same way. And for the whole thing with getting a job, I'm not giving up on YouTube entirely. I'm still going to keep it as a hobby. I love making videos. This has been a blast. I've done it for a year. Anything you do for more than a year consecutively, it starts to become more of a habit than a hobby. It's really become a part of me, making videos. Like, I feel like I have to record almost everything I do in game unless it's something completely arbitrary that's totally not worth recording at all. But I feel like any gameplay could be used in a clip of some sort, and I like that sort of aspect of video making. It's like you're an artist and you decide what's important and what's relevant, because everyone plays RuneScape in a different sort of way, and you have that decision making power to choose your path, to choose what's relevant for you, and as a content creator you can then highlight your perceptions of that and uh, go on with your aspirations in your own dedicated way. Like, for instance, I've seen some people do cave only Iron Men, caveman only. And I think that's an awesome idea. I wouldn't build a special account like that myself, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm going at with an example like that, because people with accounts like that, they're not playing the same RuneScape that we are necessarily. They're playing their own game. They've made up their own goals. And I think that type of gameplay has been lost a little bit, and I like that people are bringing it back. And I kind of see myself in that spectrum a little bit, making up my own goals, because I'm not racing to max in the most efficient way possible. If I was, I'd be dedicated to learning Quarry, and I don't feel like learning Quarry, and I'm not going to, and it's not relevant to my goals, because after I max, I want the max cape for a reason. I want it for its perks. It's not an end in and of itself. I want to do PVM goals. I want to strive for kind of completionist. I know a lot of people go with that goal, but I don't really want to get all my stats to 200 mil or anything like that. I just want to go for items, the coolest, rarest, fashionscape type items that you can get. Maybe some powerful items too, like a twisted bow from raids that help me get the Infernal, and that's still along completionist lines to a degree. But also, after I max, I want to do a lot of easy clues, go for like 10k easy clues and see if I can get all the possible loot from that. I think that'd be a cool idea, and that's not efficient at all. That's kind of silly if you think about it, but I think it'd be fun. I'd enjoy it. I love massing easy clues. I can pound out easy clues so quick, and there's so many different ways you can get them. I could do like 1,000 easy clues from each method and see how long it takes and see how the boredom gets, or maybe switch it up in between. I don't want to promise a video on it by any means, because that's like super long term. But going back to the job, that is going to take a lot of time from YouTube and playing the game in general. However, I'm going to have some extra money in my pocket. I might actually end up investing into some bonds and things like that. Do some staking content, do some high risk wilderness content, because at that point, if I have some extra gold, it's nothing to risk 10 mil, because it's just like the equivalent of spending $10 at the bar, for instance, on a Friday night. And I'm not really a drinker. I don't like alcohol at all, and all that's around in the small ass town I'm in is bars. So that's why I play a lot of RuneScape. And as for why I don't like alcohol, just in case anyone's wondering, I'm not like a pretentious snob or goody whatever. I'm kind of like allergic to it. It makes me sick, honestly. Um, I used to like to drink. I used to underage drink all the time way back when, but anymore, no, it just makes me sick to drink. And I don't know if it was from what I drank when I was younger, or if I just was so into the concept of drinking just to get messed up way back when I was an underager that I didn't notice the kind of sickly effects of it. But yeah, I can't drink anymore. Long story short, and since all that's around in this town is freaking bars everywhere, I do RuneScape in my free time and make videos. And I heard that it was a pretty good hobby for making some extra money, and I guess I heard wrong because in the year of making videos, I haven't even gotten my first YouTube paycheck, quote unquote, yet. Other content creators will know how much you need to reach to break that, but since I haven't broken that in a year, I can't really look at YouTube like the same way a friend or Bodie does as a extra source of income, and I'm just gonna have to need to get a little job. I got the degree, so going in won't be a problem at all. But just as like a warning, after spring, I plan on applying in May, unless something drastic changes with my YouTube. Then I'm going to apply in May, and you'll be seeing a lot less HerbQuest videos, but you'll still be seeing HerbQuest videos. I'm not going to quit YouTube. I have no plans on quitting RuneScape. It's just that I'm going to have a lot less time for it, significantly less time for it. So I might be doing some filler clips like some high risk staking, high risk wilderness content, just something that's quick and exciting that I can make with minimal effort while I'm still concentrating on other things in life. And I'm sure there'll be times when I get vacation days and whatnot, and I'll be able to do a marathon of videos or whatever. But that's still for the spring yet to come. Next few months, I am still free and still able to make some videos. I don't really need to get a job quite yet, so I'm not, well, I am financially struggling, I guess you could say, but I'm not financially destitute. But yeah, that leaves me a couple months to make some quality content, get some cool videos out there. Maybe the channel will blow up by then, maybe not. If it does, awesome. If it doesn't, then getting a job's no big deal, something everyone does. And still keep on with the YouTube as a hobby. I think I've repeated myself like 5 times now. I don't know, some sort of unconscious insecurity there makes me feel that I have to thoroughly explain that. I don't know why. You guys probably don't even give two shits about my IRL circumstances, though. But yeah, 4 accounts. Did this for like 5 hours. Road to 99 mining. After mining is over, it's going to get a lot more fun. I guess I sound depressed because I'm mining. I dislike mining that much, so it's like drawing me to all these different thoughts. But after mining's over, I don't know what skill I'm going to do next, but I'm going to feel a weight lifted off my chest for sure. In fact, I might take another PVM break just to see if I can get something cool that I need. Maybe train some Slayer, because Slayer is still something I need to max out, and I can always do Boss Slayer. Good excuse to kill a boss if you got it as a Slayer task. So, still kind of keeping up with the efficiency, but kind of going along my own goals a little bit. At any rate, I'll see you guys within by the end of January with 99 mining, and start working on the Dragon Slayer 2 lore audiobook series. And I think I'll do a little synopsis at the end of each one, each book, summarize a little bit, put my own opinions out there, and take some guesses at where I think the lore is going to go, sort of like I did with the Zaya lore. You guys seem to like that. So I'll go at it that way again, only I'll go more into that sort of end synopsis, a little thing, maybe make like the 5-minute book and then talk about it for, instead of just a minute or two, maybe more like 5 to 8 minutes or something like that. Alright, so that covers pretty much everything, I guess. Well, I mean, there's a lot of IRL stuff that I'm not covering, but there's my account goals, my channel goals, potential channel changes in the future. Yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, leave them down below in the comments section. Peace.